this to me, why did I see the man coming up from the heart of the sea? He said to me, just as no one can explore or know what is in the depths of the sea, so no one on earth can see my son or those who are with him, except in the time of his day. This is the interpretation of the dream that you saw, and you alone about this, because you have forsaken your own ways and have applied yourself to mine, and have searched out my law. For you have devoted your life to where there is a reward laid up with the Most High. For it shall be after 3 more days, I will tell. Then I got up and walked in the field, giving great glory and praise to the Most High for the wonders that he does from time to time, and because he governs the times and whatever things come to pass in their seasons. And I stayed there 3 days. Okay, that was chapter 13. Hi, Luke Johnson. I hope you guys can hear me okay, if anyone's even watching anymore. So here's what strikes me about this this passage that keeps wanting to get lost in my homemade book here. Let's see, the interpretation of the vision. Okay, so this man is Jesus, right? Hi, Brian Burke. Oh, there's a cupcake. Or just give a grumpy look, more like. Okay, so this man that comes up from the sea, we find out that it's Jesus, and it's the Most High that tells Ezra this himself. Let's see. As I kept looking, the wind made something like a figure of a man come up out of the heart of the sea, and I saw that this man flew with the clouds of heaven, and wherever he turned his face to look, everything under his gaze trembled. And whenever his voice issued from his mouth, all who heard his voice melted as wax melts when it feels the fire. I'm going to grab my Bible. I think, if I can find it right, I want to say John 10 or not, or the very end of John chapter 9, maybe. I can't remember. Maybe I shouldn't try to find this. But the sheep know the sound of his voice. Where it is. But I think that's what we're talking about. But all who heard his voice melted as wax. I think I heard his voice, and I think a peaceable multitude of people heard his voice, I think. So then it says, and they wanted to make war with him, but they were filled with fear, but they dared to fight. Here's what I think. I'm just going to explain what I'm getting out of this. This great mountain that he flew up onto, that he carved out, that Ezra tried to see where it was, but he couldn't. My internet connection. I might have to work on that. Oh, wow. Yeah. Let me try something. Maybe if I open the door, it'll help. I might have to do something about that. But let's see. Hopefully it records okay. So this is talking about flat Earth coming here. Because of many reasons. Flat Earth isn't a intellectual conversation or a science conversation at all. It's like won't acknowledge the truth because they're under a dominion. But let's see here. So I think that Zion, Mount Zion, has been made manifest to almost all nations as a witness to the truth. Oh, does it? Thank you, Brian. I'll try that. Or I suppose I can't do that right now. Or maybe I can. I'm going to have to learn how to do this better, but you know what's weird? It says I've only been on for 5 minutes. Is that right? Feels like longer than that. It has to be longer than that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to probably just record with my explanation of it, because I want to do, I don't even know if this is working out good for you guys, but it says loud and clear, so that's good. My phone's ringing here. But it's one of my buddies, and I bet you he could be watching this right now and calling me just to get a rise out of it. Okay, Shannon, I think that could be my internet, because I'm way down in the basement, and I might have to try to get something to work on that. But I guess it was a success going live for the first time. I tried it. It worked. But yeah, maybe I'll keep talking. I don't, if it's cutting out, I apologize. If it's not, this is important stuff. So I feel like I should just make a video. Maybe I will make a video after this. But in Matthew 24:14, Jesus says that there's going to be this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all nations as a witness. As a witness to what, really? As a witness to the truth. And that's what we're watching in our world. Flat Earth is, it is the truth. It's hard to believe. It's at first, it's very hard to believe. But I believe that it's not, you have two kinds of people. You're not going to have someone filled with the Spirit that, well, here's what I want to say. I believe that when we accept Jesus Christ into our lives, that we receive the Holy Spirit. I think that is a very important thing to know. But I also believe something that I don't hear people talking about, and I actually get this idea out of the Bible, that in the last days that Jesus will send another comforter. And maybe that's in John 15, maybe. It says he will pray the Father to send us another comforter. And then let's see here. I'll find it. Well, and then John 16:13 says, howbeit when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. He shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak. And he will show you things to come. He shall glorify me, for he hath our mind. Therefore said I, that he shall think of mine and shall show it unto you. But that wasn't the verse I was looking for. It was in John 14. Right here, John 14, verse 10. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. So it's not clear to me. I don't really know. But I get the idea that in Acts 2, I think, it says that God will pour, and in Joel, I think too, but it says God will pour his Spirit out in the last days. I probably should prepare for these things a little better, but I get stuff popped into my head that I want to share, and then I can't remember the verse now. But he will pour his Spirit out, and very important stuff. I think that happened. I think that happened about 3 years ago, and I believe Jesus is right up there right now, flying with the clouds of heaven. And I looked, and he carved out himself a great mountain and flew up onto it. We're talking about a spiritual thing. It's spiritual. It's Oh, I gotta get my Bible. I gotta go to Daniel now, because something else that I want to talk about real quick that I think is happening is Mount Zion. I think it's right here, being sealed in your forehead. I think is Revelation, and I have a cool video coming up. I made one. I can't ever remember the titles. Something like beasts clearly described by two witnesses. That one, I think that's a very good video, because I packed it full of information. I tried to anyway. And I have another one of that continued on, because I kind of left that one at the end in a weird spot where I said, and the 144,000 were the only ones that believed in the whole world or whatever. And everybody else believed or worshiped the beast. But that's what's important about where I said I'm overjoyed by reading some of these parts. Where was that part? Understand that, or the one who brings peril at that time will protect those who fall into peril, who have works and faith toward the Almighty. Understand, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so we have two kinds of people, and it's not something that we have to take pride in or not or whatever. It's just a fact. We have two different kinds of people on earth right now. There are these 9 tribes, or what I know, and that's something that confuses me, that I hope to learn more about the tribes and how they're different than in Revelation 12 tribes. But that, I think, is going to take me a lot of study. But so these two groups of people are the same ones that are in Revelation 12, the mother and the child. And I'm going to go over to Revelation, because then we'll be stuck there forever. But okay, so then let's see. The days are coming when the Most High will deliver those who are on the earth, and bewilderment of mind shall come over those who inhabit the earth. Anybody else see the bewilderment of mind around us? I see it everywhere. But check this out. Then my son will be revealed when these signs occur. And these signs are occurring right now. And I know that a lot of the Christians that don't see the flat earth aren't gonna. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right now, the flat earth came to us from Jesus. And from his Spirit of truth, who will guide us into all truth. That is, and the Spirit of truth doesn't speak on his own. Hey, how you doing? Richard, I'll say. But so I just think that Zion's here now, right up there. And possibly the internet. I mean, I've met every single person that is watching this right now anyway. I've met on the internet. Every person that's a flat earther that I know, I've met on the internet. In Revelation 14, that 144,000, they sound like what is it? They have the voice of harpers harping with their harps, keyboards, and think about it. I think that's what it is. I mean, this is 2,000 years, or almost 2,000 years ago, or whatever, that he's writing this down. I think he probably would have had a hard time understanding how people are going to be able to communicate to a little flat paneled thing in front of their face that has a picture on it. I actually believe that the visions that they were shown, I believe that some of the visions that they were shown were actually shown on some type of screen. And the only reason why I say that is because the SpaceX animations and scripture go together really nice in those visions. But a portal we are using, yeah, you're right, it is definitely. And I think it's Zion. I think we're gathering here. This is where I've met all the people that I believe I'm going to spend eternity locked arms with, and What does it say? He doth judge and make war. I don't know what's all involved in that, but I know that it's a good thing. I mean, we have the, oh yeah, there's there's a lot involved in that. A lot of blood and a lot of fighting and a lot of destroying and a lot of judging. There's a lot. And so from the flat earther's point of view, the flat earth Christian who follows the Lamb, from our point of view, I think, hey, Mike, I think we can see this clearly, or more clearly than someone who doesn't see the flat earth. And we're here we're doing Matthew 24:14. That's what we're doing right now. But the most important thing that I wanted to say that I'm seeing in this chapter 13 is in 2 Esdras 13 is that if you love Jesus and you believe in Jesus, just accept that there's two different groups. There's a teeny little group that's going this way to eternity, and there's all the rest of the entire world that's Christian is going this way, and they're both going to meet in eternity with it. We all have the same ending. And I would say that hello, Contra Tim. I'm not even going to try to say it. I think, first of all, we've been given a vision. That's what it is. We've been given a vision, and we're all ashamed of it. And it talks about this in Zechariah chapter 13. That's just a story of it. Every prophet will be ashamed of his vision, but they won't wear a garment to deceive. That's what's going on, and we're a witness to the world right now. I just happened to open to Isaiah chapter 42, so I'll just read verse 6. I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the globe prison. Just kidding, I added the globe part. And them that sit in darkness out of the prison house. And then that just reminded me of Revelation. Let's see, what was that reminded me of something. Oh, Revelation 11. Okay, we have the temple. Flat Earth has rebuilt the temple in Jerusalem. Now, people are going to say, no, it has to be on the ground in Jerusalem. No, I don't agree with that. I think that it's a spiritual, what's New Jerusalem? I think that the 12 tribes are from New Jerusalem. And while they can be descendants of the past, but maybe in spirit or whatever. But in chapter 11, at the very beginning of Revelation 11, John says, and there was given me a reed. There was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood saying, rise, and measure the temple of God, and the altar and them that worship therein. Okay, so we have he's told to measure the temple and the people that are worshiping there. And then it says, but the court which is without the temple, leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city, that's what I think, the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. Well, in Revelation 13, we know that the beast is going to continue for 42 months. And that is, which verse? And power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. And right now, well, why would it say continue 42 months? That means he's already doing his job, right? Well, this chapter 13, I believe this is describing the ISS at the beginning. And then in verse 11, It's describing Elon Musk and SpaceX and the Falcon 9. But there's a lot of people that think I'm crazy for that. But yeah, so the important thing is that if you accept Christ, this wrath that's coming about, that's coming on our world, we don't know the future. We don't know what it's going to be like. It's going to be awful. It's going to be bad on the earth here. But we do know that, well, I'm just going to read it again because it really strongly speaks to me. Let's see here. This is the Most High, his own interpretation of the vision that he showed Ezra. He's telling Ezra what it means. It says, the one who brings the peril at the time will protect. Okay, who's bringing the peril at the time? God. Satan doesn't have any power. Satan puts it in these kings that arise out of the earth, the dragon and all that. God puts it in their hearts to destroy Babylon. So that's what they have it built into them that they want to do this. But so God's bringing the peril. He's not doing it like to be a bad God. It's scriptures will be fulfilled as it is written. So the one who brings the peril at that time will protect those who fall into peril. So I would say falling into peril would be believing the lie. And that would be that there's space, because really space is exalted throne, and the world believes it. So that is why you have an innumerable people gathered together from the four winds of heaven to make war against the man who came up out of the sea. Well, a lot of people love Jesus that believe a lie. I mean, that's most of the Christians in the world believe a lie, but they truly love Jesus. So we have a problem there. Well, they'll end up repenting. The ones that love Jesus will end up repenting. So basically what that's saying is anybody that's saved, in the end, anybody that lives eternity is going to know about flat earth. That's what I believe. I believe this is a much bigger thing than most people want to talk about. But I'm going to end this thing. It's been like 22 minutes. Wow. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it worked. Maybe I'll have to work on my internet connection. Maybe not. Thank you, Shannon, Mike, Richard, Contra, Brian, Cindy, Flatpool, and Luke. Cool. You guys have a good one.